Welcome to Motivation at Hand, Ma. To know is to know how. Make your foot the foot that counts. Part 13. Case 123 CR 00257 TSC Document 139 filed November 6, 2023, in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, United States of America versus Donald J. Trump, defendant. Government's omnibus opposition to defendant's motions to dismiss the indictment on statutory and constitutional grounds. 2. Structural considerations support that textual and historical conclusion. 3. Structural considerations bolster the textual and historical evidence demonstrating that the impeachment judgment clause does not bar the criminal prosecution of a former president acquitted at a Senate trial. C. Randolph D. Moss, whether a former president may be indicted and tried for the same offenses for which he was impeached by the House and acquitted by the Senate. 24 Opinion, Office of Legal Counsel, OLC, 110, 130-34, August 18, 2000, Office of Legal Counsel Opinion, OLC Op. First, impeachment and criminal prosecution serve entirely distinct goals. Same as at 130, see Hastings v. United States Senate, 716 F Supplement 38, 42, DDC 1989. Impeachment judgment clause reflects the separate and different roles for the executive's power of prosecution and the legislature's impeachment powers. Impeachment provides Congress with a political check on the executive branch to address through removal the misconduct of public men. For injuries done immediately to the society itself. The Federalist No. 65, at 364. The Constitution's limitation of Congress sanction to removal and disqualification reflects the view that the national legislature is not to be trusted with dispensing criminal punishments. Sanctions aim not at protecting the integrity of the government's operations, but at penalizing individuals by taking away their life, liberty, or property. Office of Legal Counsel Opinion, OLC Op. At 130. By contrast, the executive branch is constitutionally entrusted with the power of prosecution, Hastings, 716 F Supplement at 42. To enforce the violation of congressionally passed penal statutes. Neither branch's independent action, however, can effectively prevent, same as, the other branch from acting. Second, acquittal in a Senate impeachment trial may reflect a technical or procedural determination, rather than a factual conclusion, that the official in question did not commit the alleged acts. Office of Legal Counsel Opinion, OLC Op. At 131. That is true of the defendant's impeachment proceedings. As the government has noted elsewhere, ECF No. 109 at 14-15. At least 31 of the 43 senators who voted to acquit the defendant explained that their decision to do so rested in whole or in part on their agreement with the defendant's argument that the Senate lacked jurisdiction to try him because he was no longer in office. Footnote 20, see statements on February 13, 2021, from Senators Barrasso, Blunt, Boozman, Braun, Cornyn, Kramer, Crapo, Daines, Ernst, Fisher, Grassley, Hoeven, Hyde-Smith, Inhofe, Kennedy, Lankford, Lee, Loomis, McConnell, Moore, Moran, Portman, Risch, Rounds, Rubio, Shelby, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, Tuberville, and Wicker. Several senators who voted against conviction on jurisdictional grounds emphasized the defendant's criminal responsibility for the events of January 6. C. 167 Congressional Record S. 736, Daily Editor February 13, 2021. Senator McConnell, explaining that his vote was based on the view that the Senate lacked jurisdiction and stating that the defendant is still liable for everything he did while he was in office, as an ordinary citizen, and that we have a criminal justice system in this country. We have civil litigation, and former presidents are not immune from being held accountable by either one, Senator Tom Tillis, Tillis Statement on Impeachment Trial, February 13, 2021. Footnote 21, www.tillissenate.gov 2021-2 Tillis Statement on Impeachment Trial. An impeachment trial is not the best or only way to hold a former elected official accountable for their actions. The ultimate accountability is through our criminal justice system, where political passions are checked and due process is constitutionally mandated. No president is above the law or immune from criminal prosecution. And that includes former President Trump. Those votes and statements make clear that senators were not adjudicating the defendant's factual guilt, but rather relying on a technical judgment about the scope of the Senate's jurisdiction, and a political judgment about what constitutes high crimes and misdemeanors, and whether removal and disqualification best serve the country at a particular moment in our nation's history. Office of Legal Counsel Opinion, OLC Op. At 132-33. The defendant's criminal prosecution thus does not second-guess, ECF number 113 at 23. The Senate on a question of criminal liability. Third, allowing a Senate acquittal to bar future criminal prosecution would undermine the framers' endeavor to address the concern that partisan loyalties or popular sentiment might influence the Senate's decision to convict or acquit. Office of Legal Counsel Opinion, OLC Op. At 133. As the defendant observes, impeachment proceedings may agitate the passions of the whole community and divide it into parties, more or less friendly or inimical, ECF number 113 at 21, quoting the Federalist number 65, at 365. Because the framers recognized that partisanship and transitory political passions could induce the Senate to convict or to acquit. Office of Legal Counsel Opinion, OLC Op. At 134. They decoupled the judgment at an impeachment trial from criminal prosecution to prevent those passions from dictating any subsequent criminal proceedings. See same as, just as the possibility of partisan convictions helps explain the limitation on impeachment punishments and the lifting of the double jeopardy bar for Senate convictions, so the possibility of partisan acquittals supports the lifting off double jeopardy bar for Senate acquittals. Part 14. To be continued. 3. The defendant's counterarguments lack merit. Much appreciation to you for giving of your time with us at Motivation at Hand. To know is to know how. We trust you will come back soon.